Tonight we report on money that was stolen from the fairgrounds and shots fired during a party in Moses Lake. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The Mariners pick up a big win over the A's, and the Seahawks and Packers butt heads in the NFL season opener Thursday. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Well, we have rain and snow off to our east, but that will continue to clear the region. I will have your forecast for the Columbia Basin in a minute.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Roughly $17,000 disappeared from Grant County Fairgrounds deposits and checks last year. The Washington State Auditor's Office released the results of a fraud investigation Tuesday. The Auditor's Office was informed about the potential theft on December 26th, following an internal investigation by Grant County officials. The money was stolen between July 2013 and November 2013. Fairgrounds manager Jerry Gingrich explained someone entered the money into the fairgrounds accounting software, but the money was never deposited into the bank. Both the auditor's office and Gingrich reported there wasn't a way to prove who was responsible for the theft, since the money was usually in a safe where all of the employees had access to it. The thefts allegedly stopped after a bookkeeper was fired from her position. A 20-year-old Moses Lake man was allegedly assaulted and shot at early Sunday morning during a party in Moses Lake. The victim was reportedly at a residence in the 300 block of Matson Drive when he said something that offended others at the party. Two people allegedly began punching and kicking the man. According to Moses Lake Police, while the victim spoke to one of the suspects apologizing for his comments, 23-year-old Moses Lake resident Jose David Hernandez allegedly pulled out a firearm and shot into the ground near the victim, yelling for him to leave. The victim began running and looked back to see Hernandez allegedly point the firearm in his direction and fire again. The victim was not struck by either shot. Hernandez and 28-year-old Moses Lake resident Jose Valenzuela Martin were booked into Grant County Jail on suspicion of assault in the first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. The Moses Lake Public Library is honoring a woman for her help in keeping the library open. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
The late Alice Harwood loved reading, and that was the main reason why she served many years on the North Central Regional Library Board. Barbara Galland, Moses Lake Public Library Foundation Board Secretary, said Alice Harwood was one of the big supporters who helped make the library what it is today.
She apparently must have always liked libraries because when the Regional Library District was set up in 1963, she was here and became a director of the North Central Regional Library in 1970.
Galland said a $10,000 donation from the Harwood family given in Alice Harwood's name is the largest individual donation to the foundation. A 9 a.m. Friday ceremony at Moses Lake Public Library, 418 East 5th Avenue, will include the official hanging of a plaque in Alice Harwood's honor. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
The Lake Valley Baptist Church in Moses Lake sustained significant damage in a fire Monday morning. Moses Lake Fire Chief Tom Taylor said crews were on the scene for about 3 hours extinguishing the fire at the church on Valley Road. The cause of the fire is undetermined and does not appear suspicious. The fire appeared to have started in the elevator area of the building, and the church was unoccupied at the time. Taylor said it took quite a bit of effort for the firefighters to be able to cut a hole in the roof of the church to keep the fire from spreading further. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Hi folks, good to be with you once again. I'm meteorologist Miguel Montoya from the One News Weather Center. Your weather forecast is being brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. These are the headlines making news along the Columbia Basin. We are quiet as far as stormy weather the rest of the work week, featuring cool nights and warm temperatures. Actually a little bit on the chilly side tonight as temperatures fall back into the middle 40s in a few spots, but that will be short-lived as we get another blast of heat this weekend, but that will also be short-lived. You will see what I mean in the extended forecast in a minute. Temperatures were near normal this morning in Ephrata. You actually held in the 70s this afternoon, and we had similar conditions in Moses Lake this morning and also this afternoon as temperatures held in the 70s. We should be in the lower 80s during this time of year. The current temperature in Ephrata is actually your daytime high. We are at 74. Dew points in the 30s, and dew points will remain in the 30s and 40s over the next couple of days, so relatively low. Winds out of the north at about 12 miles per hour. Expect a light wind tonight between 5 to 10 miles per hour. So we did see a few clouds bubble up this afternoon along the Columbia Basin. The bulk of the precip held off to our east, and they could actually see some light snow along the higher elevations of northwestern Montana as we head through tonight. However, across our area, once we lose the heating of the day, those clouds will melt away and your best bet for rain will be off to our east. Otherwise, we are dry the rest of the work week heading into this weekend as the main storm track remains well off to our north up across northern parts of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Eventually, all of that energy comes down along the eastern U.S. That means we get a ridge in the western U.S., and that also means we will warm up, like I said, right as we head into this upcoming weekend. But pleasantly warm out there on Thursday afternoon with lots of bright sunshine overhead. 70s and 80s will rule pretty much from the coast to the inland northwest along the Columbia Basin. Temperatures ranging from the upper 70s to a few low 80s, which is still slightly below normal for this time of year, but overall not too tough to take. We'll have to get through a relatively cool night tonight with temperatures ranging from the middle 40s to a few low 50s. Nothing but sunshine over the next couple of days. 90s on Sunday afternoon. However, we begin to cool off as we head back to school and work next week. Temperatures near normal for this time of year. Well, folks, your forecast was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Toyota wants to know, how do you celebrate summer?
We go fishing. We like to hike. We love camping, mountain biking, as often as possible.
No matter the activity, there's a Toyota perfect to take you there. From that favorite fishing spot, camping area, or just a great summer drive, including Tundra. Now offered with reduced APR financing or an amazing lease. For details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today and enjoy your summer to the fullest. Toyota, let's go places.
Game time.
Papa's in the house.
Wow, what's all this?
I'm all about stats. For instance, have I got some numbers for you? Papa John's, a leader in online ordering.
You bet, Jim.
You were the first pizza company to offer it nationwide. What's the secret?
Jim, it's the pizza.
To celebrate our online leadership, get Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza for just $12.
Better ingredients,
Better pizza.
and a better way to get it, papajohns.com.
The Mariners picked up a 6-5 win on the road in Oakland last night. James Paxton pitched 7 innings of shutout ball to record the victory, but the M's had to hold off a late rally to hand the Athletics their 5th loss in 6 games. The Mariners hung 2 runs on the board in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings to go up top 6-0. Oakland got 3 back in the bottom of the 8th and then added 2 in the 9th to round out the scoring. M's closer, Fernando Rodney, retired the first 2 batters he faced in the 9th, but Rodney gave up 2 runs off 3 consecutive doubles before finishing off his 40th save. He became the 3rd Mariner pitcher with 40 or more saves in a season. Rodney is just 5 shy of the club record set by Kazuhiro Sasaki in 2001. It was a huge win for the M's, who had lost 4 of 5 coming into the contest. Seattle remains a game and a half back of the Tigers for the 2nd AL wildcard spot. The U.S. national team tries to keep its unblemished record intact when it takes on the Dominican Republic at the Basketball World Cup today. The Americans have a 3-0 record in pool play after beating New Zealand yesterday. Kenneth Faried has emerged as a key player for the team, hitting 21 of 26 shots in the tournament so far. The U.S. closes out pool play against Ukraine Thursday. Serena Williams looks to extend her U.S. Open winning streak to 19 matches when she meets Flavia Pennetta today in quarterfinal play. The 2-time defending champ has dominated Pennetta with a 5-0 career record while losing just 1 set against the Italian. Williams has cruised through her first 3 matches, losing just 17 games. In pool play, top-seeded Novak Djokovic takes on former champ Andy Murray. Djokovic has won 12 of 20 meetings between the two, but 2 of Murray's victories have come in Grand Slam finals. Well, I don't know about all you out there, but I'm certainly ready for some NFL football. And what better way to kick off the season than tomorrow's night's matchup between the Seahawks and Packers. Seattle is favored by 5.5 points, but heck, the 12th man is worth another 1.5, so I see the Hawks taking the opener 24-17. Call me a homer if you want, but there will not be a repeat of the 2012 Hail Mary game. Seattle will take the contest outright and prove the win against Green Bay was no fluke. We'll be right back after this.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Our spotlight story tonight is about a fundraiser for the Quincy Animal Shelter that involves a parade. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
It was a dog day afternoon in Quincy as local canine lovers paraded man's best friend to support the animal shelter. Quincy Animal Shelter manager Rachel Lewis said the shelter's 3rd annual Ron Stadig Dog Days of August Pet Parade raises money to support dogs and cats rescued and housed at the facility. Lewis said the parade is dedicated to the late Quincy businessman and friend of the shelter, Ron Stadig.
He was a huge supporter of the shelter and of this fundraiser as it picked up momentum. He went out and got us a ton of donations and sponsored our prizes the first year.
Quincy's dog rescuers have another reason to celebrate. A new animal shelter is nearing completion in Quincy at C and 6th Avenue Northeast. The new facility is expected to be completed and ready to open sometime in October. The fundraiser includes fees for parade registration and a silent auction where businesses and residents donate items that go to the highest bidders.
This year we have 25 silent auction items. The support is incredible, and we'd like to thank everyone who helps us out.
The parade of dogs, many of them with harrowing stories of abuse and abandonment, is staged in front of the Cambridge Assisted Living Center in Quincy. Cambridge Center residents and animal shelter supporters enjoyed the parade with dressed-up doggies in all shapes and sizes. Lewis explained how the parade dogs were judged.
On their costumes, we have a panel of judges. This year, Mayor Hemberry, Chief Heimbach, and then the administrator for Wenatchee Humane Society, Don Davies, are judging for us.
The dogs were judged in several categories.
We have 6 trophies, actually. We have runner-ups for youth and adult, then best youth and adult. We have best of show, which is like an overall prize. And then we also have a float category. Sometimes people will dress up their dogs and kids and throw them in the wagon or the stroller. This year we also added a business category, so we offered the businesses if they wanted to advertise with their pet. And then also my foundation, my nonprofit, Friends of the Quincy Animal Shelter, they give a trophy to the most magnificent mutt.
That magnificent mutt trophy went to Sissy, a former Quincy Animal Shelter dog. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Welcome back. 7 juveniles are suspected of breaking into at least 8 churches and 2 elementary schools in Moses Lake over the past few weeks. Officers responded to a church Thursday night in the 400 block of East Brown Street after witnesses reported 2 suspects fleeing after the alarm was activated. The witnesses were able to provide descriptions of the suspects, and 2 juvenile males were arrested, according to the Moses Lake Police. Several more burglaries were reported the next morning in the same area. Police were able to connect 7 juvenile males between the ages of 12 and 15 in a total of 13 burglaries, 1 attempted burglary, and 4 malicious mischief cases. They are suspected of being responsible for at least 2 burglaries at both Garden Heights and Lakeview elementary schools and at least 8 churches in the area of East Nelson Road. The suspects were booked into the Grant County Juvenile Detention Facility. Ephrata residents should check to see if their trees and shrubs interfere with sidewalks and roads. City staff asked property owners to cut back overhanging branches, overgrown shrubs, and other plants to make sure they aren't creating problems for drivers and pedestrians. Property owners are responsible for making sure that drivers can see oncoming traffic when they are approaching an intersection, people can walk on the sidewalk without impediment, and vehicles, including large school buses, can drive down the road. In Northwest news, as our weather is getting a little colder with autumn returning, we can be happy to see blue skies and even clouds. In Western Washington, the rain returned and turned streets into virtual rivers in Seattle's Belltown neighborhood. Our cameras found cars making waves as they drove through First and Denny. The rain lifted iron covers off manholes in Belltown, turned manholes into geysers in Capitol Hill, and flooded a Seattle school. Wednesday was supposed to be the first day of class at Fairview Christian School in Seattle's Maple Leaf neighborhood, but instead students stayed home and school officials will try to clean up a big mess left behind by flooding toilets, sinks, and drains. A pair of thieves targeted a wheelchair-bound couple, making off with a tablet. In an interview, the victim explains why she thinks the suspects have bigger problems than she does. For KCPQ, David Rose reports.
I was mostly angry because they scared me and made me feel unsafe.
Carolyn isn't worried about her stolen Samsung Nook tablet. She's worried about you.
I just think that if they'll target me, they'll target anyone.
She and her husband are living with cerebral palsy. They visit Northgate Mall often, where she works on Christian book reviews and huddles with him to talk.
He's kind and thoughtful and funny.
They were enjoying a Friday afternoon together when the two guys you see here on surveillance video started watching them. Carolyn took notice.
I didn't want to engage them because they were kind of scary looking.
She was right. You can see the suspect in the red t-shirt lingering across from them. He's quickly joined by another guy in a black coat with a hoodie, long gray pants, and a ball cap. They talk for a few minutes, and then the guy in black walks off screen. Seconds later, red t-shirt strikes, ripping her tablet right out of her hands. Here it is again in slow motion. Why did they pick the wrong person to go after?
Because I'm not going to lay down and take it. I'm going to fight back the best I can.
When somebody targets somebody like you, despite your beautiful heart, it makes us all angry because you can't chase after them.
If they stole from me, they've got bigger problems than I do.
Carolyn has forgiven the two young men. You really feel sorry for these people. You feel like they have it worse off if they're willing to stoop to doing something like this.
Yes, I do.
She had all of her work backed up, and her husband bought her a new tablet. She's telling her story, though, because she's worried these thieves won't stop, and their next victim might be you. We are going to do everything we can to get these guys caught and make them face justice.
Please do. I'd feel much safer if they were caught.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.